What's going on, fam? This is Jay Gantt from Jay Gantt, the Player Haters Radio Show, coming to you live and direct from the end zone this week. Coming to you with my Week 2 NFL picks. Last week I was 12-4. Had a couple of upsets in there. Went on a limb on a couple, and a couple of those I went on the limb, I got them right. But a couple of those upsets set me back. I apologize for everybody who took my picks to the bank, but like I told you all, don't take them to the bank. Go with you go. I'm going to the bank with mine. Don't blame me if they're wrong. I'm sorry, it's just my opinion. I am not a professional at this. I'm just an amateur hoping to be a professional at this. So you take my advice if it's given. If not, no harm, no foul. But again, I was 12-4, and I'm going to put this out here to you. I'm going to give you at least 11 good picks for the week. You heard it here, at least 11 good picks for the week. So let's start off. Green Bay at Buffalo. Ryan Grant, starting running back for the Green Bay Packers, is out for the season. However, even though the Green Bay Packers won't have him, they still have Aaron Rodgers, and Buffalo, not too much anything out there. So let's go with Green Bay at that one. Miami at Minnesota. The Wildcat is still strong. I still like that. I still like Brandon Marshall over there, new pickup for the Dolphins this year. However, I don't think they're time enough for the Vikings. Not at home. Not with the Vikings at home anyway. And Minnesota lost last week to New Orleans. I don't think they're going to lose two straight. Pulling for Minnesota in this one. Kansas City at Cleveland. Kansas City surprised a lot of people last week. They came off strong. And granted, it was at home, opening day, but they played strong offense and defense. Cleveland is nowhere near the caliber that the Chargers are, so I'm going with Kansas City in this one. Chicago at Dallas. Dallas was upset last week, and you heard that here. You heard that here. I told everybody that Washington was going to beat Dallas. Yes, I'm a Redskin fan, but that did not play a part in it. 10%, yeah, paid 10% in it. But Dallas is a strong team, and I don't see them losing two straight, especially to a team like Chicago. Let's go with Dallas in this one. Arizona at Atlanta. Arizona did win last week. However, Atlanta is still a quality NFL team. Atlanta lost a tough one in overtime last week to Pittsburgh, and Atlanta is at home opening up their season at home. I don't see them losing two straight either. Going with Atlanta. Tampa Bay at Carolina. Matt Moore, quarterback for Carolina, had a concussion, or has a concussion. And a lot of players last week were concussed. It just happens that way. And now the league is taking a stand and really watching out for the safety of these players. He's not going to play this week. Jimmy Clausen, the new rookie they have, may start this game. I don't trust Carolina, even though it's a home game for them, with a rookie at the helm. And Tampa Bay is decent. It's going to be a tight one, but I'm going to call the Buccaneers in this one. Philly at Detroit. Kevin Cobb, another victim of concussion last week, won't be starting. Michael Vick is making his first start in 4 years, and Mike looked good last week. If you all watched the game, he came in right before halftime, played the third and fourth. Yeah, they lost. He was stuffed on that 1 yard short run game, 4th and 1, that basically sealed the deal for them losing. But I think he's game planning this week. He's going to have a good game against Detroit. Detroit was cheated last week. If you all saw that game, that was a touchdown. Got taken back. Common sense rule there. They have to change that at the end of the season. I got Philly in this one, though. Even though Detroit did lose a heartbreaker last week, I got Mike Vick and Philly in this one. Baltimore at Cincinnati. Cincinnati disappointed everybody last week, but they were playing the Patriots. What do you really expect? The Patriots are still one of the top teams in the AFC, and second or third best team in the AFC, if you ask me. But this week, Cincinnati has Baltimore. In the past, I would go with Cincinnati with the offensive explosion. However, Baltimore's offensive explosion is still there also. A lot of weapons in Baltimore and that defense. I'm going Baltimore here. Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Pittsburgh won a squeaker last week versus Atlanta, but Dennis Dixon didn't look as good as we thought he was going to look, and Tennessee looked great. Tennessee looked fabulous. I'm going Tennessee at home on this one. Seattle at Denver. Seattle surprised me. I picked them to lose last week, and they put their foot in my mouth, scored 30 points last week. I got them beating Denver in Denver. Houston at Washington. Houston had an outstanding game last week. Beat the Colts, something they rarely do, and I believe that's going to be their downfall. That was their Super Bowl they played last week, and they're going to come into FedEx Field this week a little overzealous maybe, getting off that one victory high that they have against a Washington team that upset the Cowboys, that played strong defense. Didn't have too much offense in Washington last week. Only touchdown they scored was off a fumble recovery by D'Angelo Hall. But I believe that offense of Washington is waiting to come out, and Houston's defense isn't that good. Washington's defense is much better than Indianapolis' defense. Let's go with Washington in this one. New England versus the Jets. Jets were embarrassed last week. They were. Their defense talked a lot of stuff. They played good defense last week. However, they had a lot of defensive penalties, which you could say cost them that game. You can't make those same mistakes against the New England Patriots. The Patriots are rough. I'm taking the Patriots in this one. Jacksonville at San Diego. San Diego is too good to lose two straight, even though Mojo Drew is still there at Jacksonville. David Garrard's still there in Jacksonville. San Diego's playing at home. They're not going to go 0-2. Let's go with San Diego on this one. The Manning Bowl, the New York Giants and Eli Manning versus the Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning. I'm going Big Brother. I'm going Peyton. Again, you heard me say it a couple of times, and I told you I would. I don't see the Colts losing two straight either. Going with the Colts in this one. And finally, Monday Night Football, the defending Super Bowl champions, the New Orleans Saints at the San Francisco 49ers. I see the Saints marching in. I see the Saints winning this one. I see the 49ers going 0-2. Now, these are my picks for the week. Again, last week I was 12-4. I'm going to give you 11 picks that are going to be wins throughout the season. Again, you heard it here, 11 picks. Let's see how I do this week. And I need you all to comment on it. Let me know what you feel. Had a couple of folks go back and forth and say, nah, I don't believe this, I don't believe that, and the other. That's good. That's what I want. Let's start something on here. Let's get a rapport going so we can take this to the next level. Shout out to everybody who supports the show. Shout out to everybody who supports the page. And let's do this. This is Jay Gantt signing out. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.